What isn't considered a cult, but feels culty? Mom groups. I'm a newish mom and I've been scared off. It's a whole new layer of pseudoscience and isolation from differences of opinion. I'm really into yoga and am looking for a yoga retreat to go to. Some of them are very cult-like, based on their web pages. Yikes. Cheerleading. My daughter did competition for a few years. It definitely felt like a cult with the participation parts that parents play. Sororities and fraternities. Disney enthusiasts. Child beauty pageants, the people who attend them, and the parents who put their kids through them. An absolute shower of dirty filthy nonsense whichever way you look at it. Texas A&M. Jim Pickens cult. We know we are not a cult. We are in it for the meme. MLM companies. Redone. Specifically the people redunners who wait outside Mars Hall/T.J. Maxx for the new releases and the Instagram accounts dedicated to them. It just gives me the ick. People who push you to monetize your hobby. Industrialize your monetized hobby. I'm not talking about people offering money for your services. I'm talking about people who look down on you for not making more money out of your hobby, while they themselves don't produce anything. CrossFit. The wellness community. Musical theater. Have you ever walked into a rehearsal for a musical? That shit's culty even down to the chanting. Band. College. There's folks from my alma mater who find out I went there and immediately ask what alum committee I'm on and where I stayed when I went to reunion, and are aghast when I say I got a degree there 15 years ago and that will be the extent of my participation. Political parties. PCOS support groups. Specifically, the ones that push keto as a cure. Never mind that, while keto can potentially help people living with PCOS, it's not a cure. As of this Reddit post, there is no cure. If you mention this, they will lose their shit. Meanwhile, I've spoken to not one, but two of my doctors, asking them if I should do keto, and both of them were like, oh, honey, no. The toxic diet culture was part of the reason I have absolutely hated every PCOS group I've ever been in. The other was that, as someone who has made peace with, and actually embraced the infertility aspect of this disorder, I felt alienated. There's nothing for people who aren't trying to have a baby, or grieving their infertility. Jehovah's Witnesses. Officially it's a normal religion, but in my opinion it's definitely a cult. Working for any fast food chain. They try to capitalize on the whole we're a family and try to create a sense of togetherness to make people less miserable, when in reality everyone is just there to get a paycheck as a means to pay for either rent or weed. NFTs. Especially when the people advertising them say it's the next big thing, then commit art theft on people who don't want their art used. Jeeps. Reality shifting. TikTokers actually think they can travel to Hogwarts in their sleep. The way this question shows up once a week on my feed. JK. The correct answer is always MLMs. Joel Osteen and his following. Pop fans. Peloton. Can I Sunday services. Alcoholics Anonymous. Very controversial but Tesla. Apple products and their fan base. I'm scared to even say this because of how quickly algorithms will start pushing stuff of this, but BTS and their fan base, the smallest mention or a mere millisecond of viewing something involving them, and it's all you'll see for days in your recommendation across all platforms. Any circle jerk on Reddit. Mass downvotes if you disagree. Everyone calls you out of your name. They religious believe their belief is the only belief. The Boy Scouts of America. Great experience overall. Probably the best place for kids to learn outdoors and survival skills. Great opportunity to learn teamwork and leadership, etc. I do think at its core it's a great program. But I now belong to 3 fake Indian tribes I was hazed into and swore I'd never blab on. Constant religious indoctrination. Military indoctrination. Weird values from weird dads. Also, they told me to have a plan to kill everyone I know. Whole extended family's lives revolve around it. Sometimes in prayers they refer to God/Vur as the great master of all scouts. The esoteric rituals and ceremonies are also weird. Not even mentioning the obvious. Bro, what kind of toothpaste do you use? Or don't use that one, use this one instead. I'm tired of so many people trying to sway me into their favorite toothpaste. And that's why I use Colgate Max Fresh. Phone fanatics i.e. Android versus Apple idiots. Being a deadhead. It's a cultish group that I proudly call my own. Any brand loyalty whatsoever. Glorification of national sports teams. Being forced to do the Pledge of Allegiance in schools. American evangelicals. Anyone invested in crypto. That's all my husband talks about, plus his friends. Toxic positivity. Mental health initiatives in the workplace. These are not labeled cults, but they are totally cultish. Edit. They usually come down to nothing more than MLs exhorting you to take care of yourself, and links to appropriate websites. Disney. The NRA. As a gun owner, I can't stand being lumped in with them. They don't share my politics at all. But many states require you to be a member in order to get your LTC. Total bullshit. CrossFit. Natural bodybuilding. Most of the fitness industry. Really? Any organization or company that you can't leave with your dignity intact. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like. If you would like to see more content like this in the future, subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified about future videos. Now check out one of these interesting videos.